What's up, everybody? It's Friday morning and I'm here holding a sign. I'm not holding a sign for J-Marks. I don't really think they need a sign holder. But it is 7 a.m. I'm sitting on a chair and I'm holding a sign. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I work all day. 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday should be big money for me. And I really need big money this weekend to pay off my bills. What? So, what's up, Roger? So yeah, I've got to, I don't know if anybody noticed, but we'll just do 20 seconds of numerology, okay? Just 20 seconds. That way I don't lose anybody. Okay, 20 seconds of numerology for the day. Joe Biden is 81 years old. On the 81st day of his 81st age, he had a cognitive test, which they decided that he wasn't cognitive enough, but yet he's still somehow able to just deny that. Fucking stupid. But anyway, that's 20 seconds of numerology. You could say that stuff doesn't matter, but I love numerology. So you can say it doesn't matter, but I love it. Just like burnouts, okay? My father, he did not like burnouts. I took my father to a Cletus and Cars event. I don't know if you know who Cletus McFarland is, but he's like the world's greatest automotive YouTuber. I met him in person multiple times. He's literally just, I want to say he's the GOAT, but people don't call him the GOAT. People call him the giraffe. So he's the giraffe of automotive industry. Literally, you could give that guy $1 trillion and he would do you good with it compared to Joe Biden. Sorry. I'm just really upset, like a lot of Americans right now, because America really did mean something, and now, like I said, it's just, I mean, what you're seeing here in America is like leftover. It's like leftovers from like my parents and your parents, like working pretty hard. And now they're basically gone or dead, and now it's my generation and your generation, and we're like, well, we didn't really want to work. We know we should work hard, but we didn't want to. I mean, who wants to work that hard? And that was kind of our mentality. It's like we would work hard if we had to, but it's like, do we really want to? We wanted to figure out a way, like maybe with technology or computers and programs and robots and automation. Can we just like make it a little easier on ourselves? You know, and it turns out that we had corrupt people use all of that technology and automation against us instead of for us. So that sucks. All while they're saying they can have all this technology and automation, but they can't do it with voting. I'm going to just let you think about that one for a second. All that technology and automation that they're pushing for, Apple snow goggles, and they can't do it with voting. They're covering up windows so that you can't see how a voting process works in America? Get out of here. That's got to be some science fiction movie You know, comedy, I'm telling you, it's a fucking joke. That's why they say Congress has to act, because they're actors. They're actors. Congress has to act, Nancy Pelosi says, because they're actors. You don't say, what? I mean, my boss doesn't say, yeah, Chris has got to go out there and act with that sign. No, that's not what they say. He's got to go out there and work. People say work when you're a worker. They say act when you're an actor. These Congress people aren't working. What the fuck are they doing? They're acting, because that's what Nancy Pelosi says they're doing. Congress needs to act. I'm just really triggered. I'm just at that age now. See, when you're young, when you're like under 20, you can totally just ignore this stuff. You start hearing about this stuff when you're like in your teens and your 20s. See, I was a senior in high school. When 9/11 happened. I was a senior in high school when 9/11 happened. And I actually thought that it was planes. They put on the big ass, huge box television, bringing in these big box televisions into the classroom when they had VHS tapes. You kids don't even know. Like iPads and snow goggle glasses. This shit is like so futuristic to me. But either way, they brought in our big old box television and they said, hey, some planes hit a financial, well, they didn't say it was a financial building, but if you were an adult and you had any brains at all, there was a guy named at the time, Donald Rumsfeld, Donald fucking Duck, Donald Trump, Donald Rumsfeld, another Donald, Don, names, numbers, suspicious. Either way, this guy, like typical government suspicious stuff, he loses tons of money. Allegedly, $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Not a million, not a billion, but $1 trillion. And then the very next day, the Twin Towers just blow up. I'm just wondering, do you just like overnight call up your mafia construction buddies and say, hey, go put some packages in the Twin Towers? Because there wasn't any planes. There was no planes. No planes hit the Twin Towers. That was all on video. People on the streets did not see planes. The people that were out there, literally there were a few tourists in rare footage that I've taken the time to look for. There were tourists in New York that day, and they didn't see any planes, and they were looking right at the towers when it exploded. But either way, we're getting way off topic. Just goes to show it's just been going on for so long, man. It's been going on for so long. My father used to tell me about how cheap things were. I just thought it was silly. I just thought I said, see, I'm normalized to it. See, that's how much a slave I am to this corrupt system of raising prices and essentially just interest. The idea, now you're really not going to like this next statement, but it's totally true. You may not like this next statement, but it's totally true. The idea of interest in money comes from a certain group of people. starts with J, ends with EWS. Do I have anything against interest in money? I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it. Maybe you are a J and the last kind and it ends with EWS. Maybe you are or have been associating yourself like Ben Shapiro. Maybe you're a Ben Shapiro type of person. And there are times that you associate yourself with J, E, W, and the S. And then there are times that you don't. Like when it comes to interest. Okay? Now, I'll be crystal clear before we go any further. There are many groups of people. There are many groups of people that identify with groups of people. Okay? There are many stereotypes. The word stereotype exists for a reason, okay? It didn't not exist. It didn't like, it just, the word stereotype exists, okay? So you've got these, we're going to continue now. Just specifically, we're not going to continue on the J, E, and the W, and the S. We'll continue on that they started interest. Well, what's interest? Well, interest is this idea that if I let you have something, borrow something, well, you don't just have to pay me back. You got to give me extra, bitch. Where does this come from? Hello. So this idea of like interest, that's got to come from a subconscious of, just going to go with my instincts here and say, if I was untrusting, like if I just knew that I couldn't really, or I was just a little skeptical of counting on this person paying me back, I would. But then again, if you're already skeptical of this person paying you back, then would you even do a deal with them in the first place? And that's when I knew this entire system is based on those. The majority of the people in our financial system are those people. The majority of those people go on this financial mindset of skeptical lending. If you do a history of America's financial lending, it's not good. Why are they lending money to these people? I've never gotten a loan. I've never gotten a loan. On God, I've never gotten a loan. I got the stimulus. What was it? $600. Biggest amount of money. Woo-wee. Politicians got tons of money. Back to my point. For those of you people that have gotten a loan somehow in your life from a bank, you got it because these people, they didn't do it because you're a good person and you earned a loan. They got it knowing that they were skeptical. And how strange. They were skeptical in the first place, knowing that there's a huge possibility of you negging, is that a good word? Negging on the loan, not coming through on the loan, not paying the loan back, and so much so that they put interest on the loan. They put interest on that bitch. They're like, it's just, and now we're at it, and now we've had so long people on interest. Let me get this crystal clear. If I could teach a 5-year-old this next sentence, I'd say, I gave you so many cookies in advance that that you could spend your entire life trying to giving me those cookies back, and you just wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to live your entire life and give me those cookies back. And that's what I'd say to a 5-year-old to explain where we're at right now. Everyone in my generation and any future generation, they're going to work, and we're just never going to be able to pay back that interest, ever. The amount of loans, skeptical, bad loans, regardless of whether they were paid back or not, just the amount of them that were given out, it just ruined the cost of things. Like I said, let's just say that people eventually, maybe individually, could have paid back their loans, but not everybody could have. But still, the majority of people that got their loans still inflated the amount of money in the system. And because the amount of money in the system raised all the prices for everybody else, so now everybody's prices are way too high, is exactly where we're at. So now everybody's prices are way too high, and those few people who could not pay back their loans now have made it to where there's so much debt in the system to where now no one will ever be able to pay it back. Yeah. That's your Friday morning, everybody. So what are we going to do with it? I heard a great word this morning. Some of you young kids may not know what this word is, but some people my age, maybe people in your 20s, will know what this word is. This word is called Calvary. Calvary. What's Calvary mean? Calvary is like your squad, your team, when you're playing Fortnite, when you're playing Call of Duty, like when something happens to you, who's going to come to the rescue? What's the rescue in all this? You get it? What's the Calvary? Where's the Calvary at? Now, I'll go through the list. I'll go through the list of who you people think the rescue is in all this. Well, your first rescue, Trump. You think Trump? He was elected before. Okay. Quick debate. Oh, well, they held him back last time. This time, you see what you're doing there? You're going to do a that time, this time, that time, this time with Trump. You're going to say that, oh, well, he just needs another time. He just needs another time. Just give him more time to get it done. Are you going to say that? Are you all of you are going to say, just give Trump a chance. He'll fix a little something. Give him more time. He'll fix a little more. So in other words, just to be crystal clear here, so the Democrats understand, because I know there are Democrats watching me. So what you're saying is you want Trump nonstop. And that's what the Democrats are afraid of. That's exactly what the Democrats tell me. Democrats tell me that you Republicans want Trump to be a dictator. Now, if you ask Republicans, do you want Trump to be a dictator? They'll say no. But then you say, do you want Trump to just have all the time he needs to get it done? You sure do. And that's going to take more than one term, because they're going to try to stop him over and over and over again. So you see that? They're right and you're right. So they're wrong and you're wrong. I mean, you see how it's like That's not going to work. Okay, so they're going to continue. They're going to keep putting charges against Trump. I mean, I've already seen videos of conspiracy people saying that they're going to try to take out Trump permanently. There are people over the last few years saying that they're going to try to take out Trump, literally, like, totally take him out with like a weapon. That, you know, like, so it's like they're going to do anything they can. These people are totally psycho anti-Trump, psycho anti-Trump, like psycho anti-Trump, okay? And he's not even the rescue. He's not even the cavalry. You want to know why he's not the cavalry? Because he literally can be stopped. That's what I'm saying. He can be stifled. He can be shot. He can be fought against. There are people that give him a run for his money. They're like, for example, in Fortnite or Call of Duty, there are players that if you put some players together against Trump, Trump can't win. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. You put all your faith in Trump, and my whole point is that there's teams and money against Trump. Yes, Trump has teams and money, but Trump doesn't always win. Trump lost against E. Jean Carroll, this defamation suit lady. He should have won. He shouldn't have lost that. See, these small things. You think Trump just will win everything, or Trump deserves to win everything, or Trump's the savior. And I'm not anti-Trump. I like Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. People would say, if you would vote, and if voting was not rigged, who would you vote for, Trump or Biden? I would vote for Trump over Biden if it was not rigged. However, you literally saw in this last election, you saw Trump's election, you saw it rigged, taken from him. You saw him tell 100,000 people or more to go to the Capitol. You saw the Democrats hire a bunch of CIA and federal agents to go to the Capitol with those 100,000 Trump fans. And you saw those 100,000 Trump fans not bring any guns. So just don't know what all of you were thinking, because I knew that if you specifically ask people in my life, I have witnesses. I have a friend, let's just say I've got a friend right now that if you say, hey, when there were, a week before January 6th, was Christian looking for train tickets, plane tickets. I was literally looking for January 6th tickets to go up there. And I knew what it really was. It wasn't some fucking meetup. So you'll say, so the Democrats will say, so he really was calling for an insurrection. Yeah, you bet. You bet he was. You pussies. You fucking Trump pussies just didn't show up with a fucking gun. Fucking losers. We could have owned this country. You fucking Trump pussies. Anyway, so you all missed out. So they're literally the corrupt mafia Biden coup. So literally, an entire Chinese Biden mafia, that's literally what it is. A Chinese-owned Biden corporation. Chinese-owned Biden corporation that involves Joe Biden, Beau Biden, Hunter Biden, Jill Biden, all the Bidens. as a corporate, as literally a business, okay? It's like a business corporation, okay? So that corporation now stole the Trump presidency like butter, because 100,000 Trump pussies didn't show up with a gun, right? If they did, then who would have been protecting the White House? Who would have? Not some guards with a fence. It would have been patriots, Americans, Republicans, Trumpers. Now we're talking about Swifties and blocking Trump with more shit. See, you Trumpers are the same as Second Amendmenters, pro-2A'ers. Pro-2A'ers and Trumpers are just alike. Now, I hate Democrats. I am way more of a Trumper, way more of a 2A'er than any Democrat. But you Trumpers and 2A'ers are huge pussies. You don't do anything. You could totally manhandle this country, okay? This country was built on power, okay? The only reason why you're not winning is because you're literally sitting on your fucking guns. What's the fucking point of owning guns? You fucking pussies. That's all I'm gonna say. Is, you know, you're really conflated with this, like, murder is wrong, but yet you're like, they're criminals that are literally ruining your country. And you're like, well, murder is wrong. Well, criminals are ruining the country to the point of that my future generational children, if there even possibility could be any at this point, like, because we're gonna have like clone babies now, clone Taylor Swift babies. So let's just go to the next topic. All you Trumpers have totally, and 2A people are huge pussies. You've let Trump lose so many battles that now Trump has no money left. We'll just say that if Trump had a chance, all of you didn't have his back. You didn't read the writing on the wall. You didn't shoot the people that needed to be shot. There's a man named Ray Epps. Ray Epps should be 6 feet deep. Traitor. Nancy Pelosi. How this lady walks the streets. I don't understand. Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates. How these people just walk the fucking streets. Let's just keep naming names. Let's keep naming names. The mayor of New York. How you let this guy, now I'm not a New York resident, so I don't know his name exactly. I really should. He's such a piece of shit. This mayor of New York, he lets illegal immigrants on camera beat up cops. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of cops because I think cops are pretty much government stooges, but let's just keep it real. On camera, you let illegal immigrants beat up cops, and then you let them right out of jail. And then when they get out of jail, they give the middle finger to the cameras again. Oh man, you can't be any more crude than that. You can't be any more crude. That's literally like, let's be crystal clear. There were a couple times when I was in jail and I met some other criminals and they said, as soon as I get out, I'm gonna keep on stealing. And, woo! So, Yes, factually, there are people that they're never innocent. They don't want to be innocent. There are people that they just don't care about being caught. There are people that they just feel they're above the law. Insanely, there are literally people above the law, like Nancy Pelosi, Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden. It's just insane. It's just insane. It just makes me so angry. And it's just like, okay, Christian, what would you do if they walk down the street in front of you right now? I would citizens arrest them. I think that's legal. And I would maintain with whatever legal counsel I could that I solely felt within the court of the law that that person was who I thought they were, and that I had within every legal right from what I saw that they had committed a crime, and I needed to call 911 and make sure that now, you know, when you call 911, they're like, hey, try not to chase this person, try not to like get involved. But there are a lot of cases where in the right circumstance, it's been allowed in cases, right? I'll give an example. Like fresh off the top of my head, even if this isn't the best example, like if there's a person that's hurt someone else and then you restrain that person, well, you restraining that person while waiting for the police, when the police would have typically said, don't restrain that person, just wait for the police. In the past, or in other circumstances, if that criminal had not, let's say, violently hurt anybody else, the 911 operator wouldn't quickly refer to saying, hey, don't, especially if the person was violent. In most cases, the 911 operator, with or without the criminal being violent, would say, don't intervene, don't get involved. I mean, especially if the person was violent, the 911 operator would say, don't get involved. But that's what I'm saying. You have this knowing that, like, here's another one, and here's a better example. Let's say that there's a FBI wanted poster, okay? And right across from you is what you think is the FBI wanted person. Do you just like stand there and call 911 and just let them walk past you? Or do you like kind of follow them? Do you restrain them? Do you think in certain circumstances the police would be happy that you restrained the person and didn't let that fugitive get away? Is Joe Biden or Hunter Biden or any of these people I listed off, are they really not literally like fugitives just getting away with crimes at this point? Like, are people just not able to arrest Joe Biden? Or like, is he just able to somehow run or walk from the White House fast enough to the airplane? You know what I mean? Like, is anybody not going to arrest this guy? But anyway, that's my message of the day.